Good evening, I'm Jamil C. Purisimo. Tonight, we explore a vital issue for many Filipinos land and agrarian reform. This initiative is essential in addressing historical injustices and ensuring food security while empowering farming communities.
For land reform refers to the various government programs aimed at redistributing land for the community's benefit. This often involves taking land from the large landlord, compensating them, and redistributing it to small farmer or landless worker. The main goal are promote equity and enhance agricultural productivity.
The objectives of the land reform include reducing poverty, improving agricultural output, and promoting social justice. This encompasses not only land redistribution but also modernizing agricultural practices and improving living conditions for entire community.
To understand the need for reform, we must look back to our history. Colonization led to the concentration of land in the hands of a few powerful landlords known as Kasai. These individuals held significant influence over both the economy and politics, maintaining the status quo. Before Spanish colonization, the Filipino social structure was feudal, where a warrior class protected served in exchange for labor. However, the Spanish introduced the encomienda system, initially meant to protect the indigenous people but quickly devolving into exploitation. Under the system, encomenderos collected tribute effectively, turning native forms into tenant. This created a cycle of dependency and poverty that persisted long after the colonial period.
After the Spanish period, the First Philippine Republic briefly aimed to confiscate large estates, particularly friar land. However, this was cut short due to political instability. The American regime introduced several laws to address land tenure issues that had root in Spanish practices.
Laws like the Philippine Bill of 1902 and the Land Registration Act aimed to improve land ownership. However, many farmers remained unaware of these laws, and their implementation often favored the wealthy.
While the American laws aim to reform land ownership, the majority of farmers struggle to navigate a complex legal system. The inequality in land distribution persisted, fueling further unrest.
Under President Manuel Quezon, the issues of land tenure gained attention. The 1935 Constitution emphasized social justice, leading to laws that aimed to protect tenant rights and improve landlord-tenant relationship, such as the Rice Shared Tenancy Act.
Despite this measure, discontent remained, leading to revolts like the Colorum and Sakdal revolts. Quezon's social justice program sought to address this grievance by granting tenants more rights and better arrangement with the landowners.
The Marcos administration, particularly through Presidential Decree No. 27 in 1972, aimed to emancipate farmers from tenancy. This decree granted ownership of rice and corn lands to farmers who tilled them.
While PD27 is a hopeful initiative, many landowners find ways to circumvent it. It took years of struggle to ensure that we receive the land we work on.
After the Marcos era, President Corazon Aquino launched the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program (CARP) in 1988. This aimed to cover all agricultural lands regardless of ownership status.
The CARP was a monumental step towards social justice. It aimed not just at land distribution, but also at empowering rural communities and addressing systematic poverty.
Despite CARP's ambitious goals, challenges remain in its implementation, with many farmers still fighting for their rights and access to resources.
As we've seen, the struggle for land and agrarian reform in the Philippines is deeply rooted in history and continues to evolve. The demand for social justice and equitable land distribution remains urgent as farmers advocate for their rights and livelihoods. Before we close, let's hear from some farmers about their hopes for the future.
I want my children to have a better opportunities and not face the same struggle we did.
Thank you for joining us tonight. We will continue to monitoring this crucial issue and keep you updated on developments.